Hi, Miss Woods here, and I'm going to explain the number of the day slide, or I call it a mat. It's awesome. I love it. And I know there are things that you remember and that you know. So I want you to take a minute. You might want to pause the video, and I want you to look at each of the things. What do you notice? What do you observe? Which things do you know? Try to fill it out, and then I'll be right back with you to help you fill in the rest. Okay, I hope you remembered this over here. What's it called? A place value chart. Yes. And the zero, well, it's not a zero, it's an O. The O means what? Ones. Yes, very good. So, what number in this number here? First, let's say the number. Say the number. 453. Yes. So, which one of those digits is in the ones place? If you said the 3, you're right. So, we're going to double click. You're going to use your mouse and you're going to double click and replace that hashtag with the 3 because that's in the ones place. So then we're going to move over here, and the T stands for the tens place. All right. So we're going to double click, and then we're going to use the delete key, and we're going to put 5 because there's 5 groups of 10 in 453. Now we have to double click, click, and then we're going to hit the delete key. How many groups of hundreds are there? There's 4 groups of 100. Very good. So that's how you enter the number in the place value chart. Always start with the ones. Always start at the, and I use my finger and I touch it as I'm putting it. There's the ones, tens, hundreds. Very good. All right. So now we're going to put it in expanded form. Do you remember this? I know you did this in first grade with 2-digit numbers, and in second grade with 3-digit numbers. All right, expanded form. So expanded form, we're going to use the value of the number. Say value of each digit. The value of each digit. So let's take the first value to the left. The first value to the left, well, it's 4 groups of 100. What's its value? How much is it worth? What's its value? If you said 400, you're right. So we're going to click in here and we're going to change this to 400. And you may have to elongate, drag out the little text box here a little bit. All right. Now we're going to click here. So this would be the tens place. Well, I have a digit 5 in the tens place, but that's not a 5, Miss Woods. That's a what? A 50. So the value of the digit 5 in the tens place is 50. And we're going to double click. And now we're going to take this hashtag out by hitting delete. So what is the digit in the ones place? What's its value? Well, its value is just 3. So let's put that in here. And now we have to add the numbers. We have to sum them together, right? So what's the sum of 400 plus 50 plus 3? What's its sum? 453. And again, we're going to have to stretch the text box out or elongate it. Okay, fabulous. Now, let's go over here. What we just said in the tens place was 50. Well, if I do 10 more, I'm not going to have a 50, I'm going to have a 60. So it's going to be 400 plus 60 plus 3. So it's 463 when I add one group of 10. Well, what if I take away? What's 10 less than the number of the day? What is 10 less? Well, what is 10 less than 50? What number, what multiple of 10 comes before 50? If you said 40, you're right. So it's 400. Ooh, It's 400 plus 40 plus 3, or 443. Excellent. Now we have to move the little bubble to where it would be, okay, 453. So here would be 300, 400, 500. I'm not to 500, so it has to be less than 500, but it's more than 400. So what's the midpoint? What's halfway? That would be 450. So it's a little bit past halfway. Now, written form is how we write a number, and we write numbers exactly like we say them. 453. So what did you say first? You said let's erase the question mark. 400, and then what did you say? 50, and we put a hyphen between the tens and the ones, 3. 453. Awesome job. Now this is new, guys, and it is so easy, easy peasy lemon squeezy, because you've already done the work. Notice when you look at the place value chart, you've written them in how many groups of the number. So let's start to the left. How many groups of 100 do I have? Well, what number is this? It's a 4. So here, hey, I think I'm going to have to put in a text box. I'll make sure that you don't have to do this. So here, I'm going to put 4. For what? Groups of. We say groups of. So groups of, we mark with a times symbol. For groups of 100. And then we put them in parentheses. Okay, so let's go to the next number. So how many groups of 10 do I have? You're right, 5 groups of 10, and we put that in parentheses. You got it. I know you got it now. All right, what's the next? How many groups? 3. And what do we say? Groups of 1. So it's how many groups times, or groups of, the place value. So let me just put the other parentheses, and you have to open your parentheses and you always have to close them. They come in pairs, not just one. Never leave a parenthesis hanging open. So if I have 4 groups of 100, that's really 400. And 5 groups of 10, that's really 50. And 3 groups of 1, that's 3. So what does it all equal when we have a sum of the number? It all equals 453. And that's all there is to it. You did it, guys. Yay. Good job. Good job. All right. See you next time.